Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see, getting closer. Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the bleacher and the puppet and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brink of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go? Where it's covering all the golden lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to J.P. Parise Arena here in beautiful Faribault, Minnesota. It's the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres taking on the St. Louis Blues. Your starting lineup for Coach Ellie's squad: Juliana Golden on left wing, Siri Bolding at center, Thomasina Cinquino as your right winger, better known as Tommy C to her fans. Blue Liners are going to be Adrian Erickson, also known as Rocky. Your left defender, Gianna Monaco, and in between the pipes, number 35, Quinn Kelly. 17 minutes on the clock to get this first period underway. And the Sabres are working from left to right if you're listening on the radio. Monaco hits it over to Golden here to the near side, across the blue line of the Blues. Hits the brakes and going to send one down behind the end boards for Bolding. Bolding looking to go to work here on the far side against Barzak. Cut off, coming in to pick it up is going to be Belanger. Belanger for Nick, fires a shot, saved by Hollenberg. And we're going to get a whistle. The Sabres wearing their home whites once again with maroon on the shoulder pads with a black thin stripe piping around that. Armbands and waist and socks are going to have an 1.5 inch maroon and black band. Their numbers and letters are maroon. Shells are black. Helmets are black. Gloves are black with maroon and white trim. The St. Louis Blues. You got it, folks. They look just like the NHL club. Belanger with the one-timer. Wide right. Blues have all blue jerseys with the gold and white trim around the shoulders, armbands, waist, and socks. Going to have black shells along with black helmets and navy blue or black gloves with some white and gold trim. Down in the left right wing corner on the far side of the Andy Hall. Going to send up here to Ligda. Ligda across center, comes up here to the near side. Poke checked away by Wu. Loose change picked up by Belanger. Knocked free by the Blues. Coming in here is going to be King. Sent down past Josie Vernig. Going to slide down in the left wing corner. We're going to get ourselves an icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 15:31 to go here in period number 1. Face off to the right wing circle. It's going to be Belanger at center, King and Ligda on D. I'm sorry, Ligda at forward. That'll be King's going to take your draw. Belanger makes her way to the slot. Ligda on the half wall. Blue liners are going to be Pape and Krushelnyski. It would be break against King on that draw. Down behind the goal line for Belanger. Trying to slam one in is going to be Ligda right off the right post there. Belanger back to Ligda, out to the point for Krushelnyski, who sends one over to Pape. Pape into the corner for Belanger. It's going to be picked up by Wilbrand of the Blues, who sends one over here to the near side. Coming in is Foz against Ligda. Ligda going to pick it up here. On the offensive side of it is going to be number 15, Forrester, who's going to chip one in all the way by on the end boards of Q. Coming in is Pape against Kaufman. Sends it over here to Krushelnyski. He's going to wrap one around the far side to Belanger. Belanger tips one around Wilbrand. It's going to be a 1-on-2. It's going to be Bauer and Foz against Belanger, who comes over left wing face-off top. Fires a shot over the crossbar. Looks like Hollenberg got a piece of it with her stick at 14:50 and directed it into the netting and out of play. Face-off goes into the left wing circle now in the offensive zone for the Maroon Marauders. And your lineup out there now for the Sabres is going to be Molnar at center, Juliana Golden and Nora Patak flanking her. Golden in the slot. Monaco and Vernig on D. Face-off 1 over to Patak to Vernig. Vernig going to carry it in left wing side in front of the Blues benches. Sends it in the corner for Molnar. Molnar escaping pressure. Sends one to Patak, who's taken down by 2 Blues. Chip past Vernig. It's going to be Monaco going against Kleszewski, who sends one down behind the net of Q. Q behind the net. Going to cut off the Kleszewski here to the near side for Golden. Golden going to bounce on the blue line. Kicked forward by Christensen. Chopped at by Molnar. Picked up here by Patak. Patak couldn't handle it. Little hot to handle. Rousey going to collect the loose change, but Vernig picks her pocket. Sends it over to G on the far side. G, top right circle. Hits Patak. Sends one forward into the hands of Barzak. Chipped right back to the way for Rousey. Blues Rousey pulling it back inside her own zone. Headman's over to Barzak. Going down is Golden. Sent it in the left wing corner. Going to be slowed up by Q. Coming in is going to be Hall, who slams one over here to the near side on the Zamdors. Hall going to drag it back the other way. Hits Vernig in the right wing corner now. Breaking it out over to Monaco. Monaco backhands one forward, looking for MC. MC with position against Wu. Cuts back left side, looking for Field. Field, right side, fires a shot, saved by Hollenberg. Picked up by Monaco. Monaco carries it off in the left wing corner now on the far side. Trying to slam one back to MC. Monaco hanging on to it now, looking for Conklin. Conklin sends it to the point for Krushelnyski. Walks the line like Johnny Cash. Fires a shot, saved by Hollenberg. Trying to stuff it in his Monaco. Puck is loose, and we're going to get a whistle as Hollenberg smothers it. Monaco and Conklin going to work in front of the net, trying to stuff in the dirty goal. Remember the words of Coach Dennis, folks. If you want bread, you go to the bakery. If you want money, you go to the bank. If you want goals, you go to the net. That front presence is what the Sabres have right now. It'll be Monaco going to poke check one out to Krushelnyski over to Hall. Hall tips one over here to the near side for MC. MC right wing corner now, looking for Field down low. Conklin slides one over behind the net. Dragging it over left wing side, dropping it off for Conklin. Back onto the point for Krushelnyski, walking in, fires a shot. Shot tipped by Bauer. Rebound off the end boards into the hands of Monaco, who sends it over to Conklin. Conklin harassed by 2. Trying to play from Gretzky's office is going to be Conklin and Monaco, and the Blues are going to break it out here to the near side. Kleszewski sends one past Hall down in the left wing corner. Wrapping behind the net of Kelly. Hall going to drag it out here with crossovers end over end. Pushing it up the ice over the Blue Sabres line into the Blues territory. Left wing side. Hall comes in looking for the crash. Is going to be Cinquino off the right post. Hall escapes. Hits Golden in the slot. Golden fires shot. Saved by Hollenberg. Rebound tapped over here to the near side. Pinned in the wall by Geyser is going to be Cinquino. And a high stick there right in the grill by Golden. She smashed one into the face of number 13, Protz. Bolden pinned in by Foz now. Cinquino gets taken down by Protz. Left wing side is going to be Geyser going to send one out to Schellhaas. Schellhaas stood up by Monaco in front of the penalty boxes now. Trying to drag one back is going to be number 22 Langhammer. Cinquino goes down. Bolden going to push one forward inside the zone. Bolden comes rushing in, seals up the wall, takes it away, but the puck is loose for Geyser. She hits the brakes far side. Belanger comes out, swings and misses. Monaco keeps it in and chips one back into the left wing corner. Down low, Belanger couldn't get to it first. Geyser picks it up on a half wall, slammed into the corner by Golden. Knocked loose, picked up by Juliana. Juliana Belanger pinching it hard as a rocky. On the back door, Golden over to Bolden. Langhammer, Hollenberg finally going to smother it. We're going to get a whistle as Belanger comes in after the whistle. They're trying to look for the second look opportunity. And 11:54 to go here in the period. Sabres had 2 or 3 looks there off the rebounds. Hollenberg doing a nice job making the saves, and we'll get another offensive zone face-off for the Sabres. It'll be King on your draw, Ligda as your center slot, and that's going to be a Belanger one-timer on the... Let's see the replay on that one, folks. That was a snipe. Here it comes right off the draw. King over to Pape. Pape to Belanger, who rips one into the upper right-hand corner for the Belanger bomb. From King to Pape to Belanger at 11:48 to go here in period number 1. We'll make our way back out to center ice. And it's going to be Pape and Vernig on D. Ligda along with King and Belanger at center, and we are going to get an offsides as Belanger's toe drag just across the blue line before the Sabres enter the zone. Ligda here in front of us. King on your draw. Belanger left winging it. Face off one for Christensen. Thrown right up here to the strong side. Collected by Vernig. Vernig D to D to her partner Emma Pape. Pape up towards Belanger, who tips one into the zone. Barzak in a foot race against Belanger. Belanger gets to it first. Trying to drag it over here to the near side. Pass number 90, Christensen. Out to the point. Off the stick of Vernig. And the Sabres are going to regroup. Over to Pape, back to Vernig. Vernig going to split the 2 forecheckers of Forrester and Kaufman. Sends it in deep down in the right wing corner, wrapping around from left to right. Coming in is Belanger. And the Blues going to try to push it up here to the near side. Cut off by Belanger. Back in the corner for Ligda. Brooklyn going to work. Over to King down behind the goal line now. King gets pinned in by Barzak. Chips it right back up here to the near side. Belanger makes a move underneath on break. Cuts back to the slot. Fires one across. Looking for Hall creeping in as she was the activated D. Vernig fires from the left side. Glove saved by Hollenberg. No rebound given at 10:46 to go here in period number 1. Sabres go for the line change. Headed out there now to be 3 on and 3 off. Only forwards. It'll be Cinquino, Molnar, and Patak up front. Krushelnyski and Hall on D. Draw against Rousey, won by the Sabres in the right and left wing corner for Cinquino. Tommy Little 5 hits the point for Krushelnyski over to Hall. Hall comes around, spins it behind the back for Spinorama, pass in the corner for Patak. Patak right to left, going to send one out to the point for Krushelnyski, who fires one low, and it was directed away by Willebrand, picked up by Cinquino for Patak. Patak controlling left wing side now, harassed by Rousey, sends it down low for Molnar. Molnar going to work against Foz, going to send one back to the point for Krushelnyski, who walks the line like Johnny Cash, and a good stick there by number 24, Bauer, but the Sabres maintain control. In front of their own zone now. Hall works it out to the far side in front of the penalty boxes. Tic-tac-toe and across the blue line. Here comes Molnar. Molnar, left wing side, hits the brakes against Kosciuszki. Try to send one to Cinquino. Swatted away by Wilbrand. Chipped out of the zone by Bauer. And that'll go down for the icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 9:53 to go here in the period. Face-off goes to the left wing circle in the offensive zone for the Sabres. It'll be the one-man wrecking crew along with Field and Conklin up front. Blue Liners are going to be Pape and G. Pape makes a move, sends one over to MC. MC left wing side. Field goes down behind the goal line. Conklin fires a shot, saved by Hollenberg. Swatted away by the Blues on the far side. Knuckling up in the air, knocked down by Elena Monaco. Good hand-eye coordination, drops it back to G. G goes far side for Pape. Pape up the ice, quick across center, going to send one forward. Knocked down by Pro. It's going to chip one back out of the zone, collected by Pape. Pape going to throw one in, intercepted by Wu. The Blues going right back up the other way here to the near side. Geyser makes a move around field, sends one down, glove down by Pape in the slot. Emma going to pick it up, goes left to right now on the far side. Picked up by Monaco. Monaco going to curl around, sends one forward. Off the stick of number 28, Shellhaas into the left wing corner as Conklin goes down. Here comes Field. Field on behind the net, sends one to Conklin. MC crashing in is going to be Golden. Golden slides over to the right wing corner. Cuts off Protes here to the near side. That's going to be collected by Langhammer, who sends one forward to Geyser. Going to send one in deep behind the net of Kelly. Q going to slow it up. Sends it over to Pape, right side. Breaks it out to Golden. Golden over to Bolding. Pass Golden into the hands of Barzak with Cinquino on the forecheck. And Hollenberg going to smother it as TC comes in for pressure at 8:40 to go here in the first period. Face off to the right wing circle now in the offensive zone for the Maroon Marauders. It'll be TC along with Bolding and Golden up front. Vernig and Hall on D. Face off one to Vernig, right point. Drops it off for Hall on the cycle play against Forrester. Hall got 2 on her, going to maintain control. Chips it into the corner for Cinquino. Backhands one to Bolding out the play. Golden fires the one-timer, saved by Hollenberg. Golden to Vernig. Vernig goes to the outside. That's offsides. We're going to get a whistle as Vernig dragged it across the blue line and then stuffed it back in. Face-off going to go just outside the zone, right in front of the Blues benches. Darken up our camera ever so slightly so we can see more of the blue line. It's Cinquino and Golden flanking Bolding. Golden and Bauer battling it out here along the boards. Golden going to work here. Juliana's like, what? What did I do? That was pretty funny, folks. You can see Juliana's face. She looked like a deer in headlights there for a second. She's like, what? I didn't do nothing. Down behind the goal line, it's going to be Vernig. Sends it over to Hall. Going to reverse it back against Kleszewski here to the near side. Hall with a little bit of time and space. Hall across the blue line to Cinquino. TC pushing it into the blue line of the Blues. Top of the right circle, comes across the slot. Hangs onto it, fires a shot. Saved by Hollenberg. No rebound given as Bolding was looking for the tip and the rebound. 8 minutes even to go here in period number 1. Offensive zone face-off for the Sabres. It'll be TC in the slot. Golden on the half wall. Bolding on your draw. Vernig and Hall on D. Bolding against Geyser. Golden sends it to the point for Hall. Hall back in the corner, reaching out as Cinquino, which couldn't get to it. Foz going to pick it up. Golden drops it off for TC. TC in front for Bolding, saved by Hollenberg, but a backhand shot by Bolding, and we're going to get a goal for the Sabres. Siri Bolding puts one in from Juliana Golden and Tommy C. at 7:50 to go here in period number 1. As we make our way back out to center ice. Coach Ellie goes for the line change. It'll be Belanger, the pride of Quebec, on left wing. Dylan King at center. Legged on right wing. It'll be Rocky and Krushelnyski on D. Belanger tries to make a move around Kleszewski, who stuffs it, and down behind the goal line it goes. Picked up here by Krushelnyski on the far side. Intercepted by Bauer before it can get to Belanger. Bauer trying to drag one down behind the goal line, stuffed by Erickson. Back in the hands of the Blues, though, blocked by Ligda. Broken up there by King. Glove down by Liggs. Right there in front of the blue line, puck is dancing around, and King sends it over to Belanger. Belanger against 2, sends one back over for Ligda. Broken up by the Blues, picked up here by Langhammer, drops it off for Rousey. It's stuffed on the half wall there by King. On the offensive side is Belanger to Ligda. Ligda, shots are fired right off the face mask of Hollenberg. Back in the hands of Ligda. Pick the pocket, it's going to be Proutz. It's Proutz and Langhammer in a 2-on-2 in front of Erickson and Krushelnyski. And Proutz fires one in, slowed up by Q. Over to Krushelnyski, who slides one over to the far side. Out to Belanger, touch one for Erickson. Erickson pucks one out of the zone. But Barzak picks it right back up and slammed in by Langhammer. Sliding around from left to right, going to picked up by Schellhaus now. Erickson knocks her off the puck and a loose change into the hands of the Sabres here to the near side. Krushelnyski up to Belanger. Belanger picks it up and she's pushing the ice, rushing with speed. Right face off dot. King in support. Firing a shot is going to be Belanger, and a save by Hollenberg. No rebound given at 6:32 to go here in the period. Faceoff makes its way into the right wing circle to the left of Hollenberg's glove. Coach Ellie goes for the line change. It'll be Molnar on your draw, flanked by Patak and Bolding left and right. It'll be Pape and G on D. Pape bounces out to the middle, high slot, fires a shot, tipped by Bolding or Patak. Rebound cut off by Bolding. Thrown past Forrester down behind the inboards. It goes right to left for Christensen along with Barzak. Looking for the play, knocked off the puck by Molnar. Bolding and picked up Patak, fires the backhand shot, and it trickles off wide right for Forrester. Patak on the forecheck now, right wing half wall. Kept in by Pape, glove down here by Barzak, who's going to push one up to the boards, and out of the zone it goes, and the Sabres going to regroup as Gianna controls far side. Chips one off a Bob for Patak. Patak going to push one in left wing side. Comes down bottomless here looking for Bolding. Couldn't get it to her as the Blues collapse on her with 3 blue jerseys down behind the goal line. Patak up front looking for Bolding. Firing a shot saved by Hollenberg. Christensen behind the net. Trickling off right to left. Bolding cuts her off in the left wing corner right by the goal line. Trying to drag one forward. Left wing circle out to the point for Pape. One-timer. Knuckle puck wide left. Coming in is Molnar and Bolding, thrown off the dasher board to the point. Monaco knocks it right back in. Patak tries to pick the pocket from the offensive side, and it's collected by Barzak in the right wing corner. Bottom of the right circle, sent forward by Break up to Forrester. Intercepted by Pape on the boards at center ice. Field drags one forward. She's got Conklin in the slot. Field to MC, broken up by Barzak. Conklin on the devil's door, rips one and saved by Hollenberg. Pitching in is going to be G. Now it's going to be the one-man wrecking crew and Field behind the goal line. Conklin in front of the blue paint. Stuffed one, saved by Hollenberg. Forrester chips one up off the glass. A little Gorbatenko flipper out the center into the hands of Josie Vernig. Vernig sauce across for MC. MC inside the Blues zone, right wing side, wrapping around right to left for Monaco on the half wall. Monaco sends it down low for Field. Field to Conklin. Conklin towards the blue paint. Tripped up and Hollenberg smothers it before MC can get to it at 4:50 to go here in the period. Face-off goes to the left wing circle. MC in the slot. The one-man wrecking crew on the half wall. Field on your draw. Hall and Vernig on D. Elena comes in, left wing side, gets to it, sends it out to the point, but it's intercepted by number 88 of the Blues. That's going to be number 88 is Wojcik. Hugh plays it from behind the net to Vernig here to the near side. Pinching in hard is Foz. Field on the offensive side. Monaco messing with Wojcik in front of the net. Breakout pass is Elena on here to the far side. Field steps around it. It's going to be Field and MC. Field collects loose change out to Conklin. High slot, right wing face off top. Fires a shot as she faded out. Shot was blocked by Foz and into the netting and out of play it goes at 4:21. Face off in the offensive zone for the Sabres once again. Out there now will be Golden, along with Tommy C in the slot. Siri Bolding at center. Andy Hall, high left point in front of the Blues benches, and Vernig at the right point. Bolding over to Hall. Hall out to TC. She was tied up there by Christensen. Hollenberg going to come out of the net to smother it. Just off that right post. And we'll get an offensive zone face-off once again for the Sabres. TC in the slot. Bolding coming in against Break. Bolding. I'm sorry, that's Rousey of the Blues. My bad. Rousey wins the draw on the far side. It's going to be pushed up here by Bauer against Hall. Back checking is Bolding. Trying to pick the pocket was Golden. Puck slides into Hall. Hall to Vernig. Vernig behind the net of Q and sends a D-to-D pass over to Hall. Hall, cross ice, off the shin guards of Bolding out of the zone for TC. Christensen's going to pick it up first, trying to make a move. Coach Chinquino harassing in the slot, trying to force Christensen up here to the near side. Christensen up to Rousey, intercepted by Bolding. Bolding, right wing corner, head of the net is Golden along with TC. TC over to Golden. Golden on the devil's door. Tied up by Barzak. Back off the inboards and thrown out here to the near side. Coming in is Vernig. Vernig, right wing corner. TC coming in, sends one down low for Golden. Golden over to the far side for Bolding. Bolding playing from Gretzky's office down behind the net, looking to get lost in translation to be sneaky behind that net. Juliana looking for that goal out there, folks. She's been close a few times so far. Over to Vernig here to the near side. Vernig cuts around Klesishewski. Blocked by the Geyser into the hands of Hall, though. Hall pushing it up with speed against Barzak, trying to split around Christensen, picked up by Ligda. Ligda fires a shot wide right. Rebounding out to the far side. Coming out is going to be Shellhaas. Shellhaas going to get blown up there, and we're going to get a penalty on Jaden Krushelnyski for tripping at 3 minutes to go here in period number 1. And that is going to be a Sabres PK. This penalty kill brought to you by Classic Packaging of Northbrook, Illinois. Classic Packaging. You can't have a penalty without a box. Your shorthanded goal scorers out there now are going to be King and Belanger, along with Ligda and I believe that's Pape. It is Pape. Lig's going to send one to Belanger. Belanger across the Sabre line, going to control it now and force the Blues to come after her. Belanger cuts back around Rousey, now pushes it across center, past Geyser in front of the Blues benches, carries it in left wing side. Ligda, high right side, fires a shot just wide right of the post. Rebound off the inboards out to Belanger, who stuffs one over to King. King going to send one behind the net. Wrapping around from left to right, Ligda with the inside position on Christensen, but Christensen trying to drag one over. Lig's doing a nice job of killing time. Foz can't get to it. Coming in is Bauer against Ligda. Bauer trying to muscle Ligda off the puck and unable to do it as Ligda just pushes her out of the way. Liggs has got it trapped in. Puck slammed over to King. Back to Ligda. Ligda left wing side tied up by Bauer. Liggs just won't let go of the puck. Sends it over to Bauer here to the near side. Or Belanger rather. Belanger tried to get muscled off by Rousey. Belanger taken down. Bauer headmans over to Rousey. Cut off by Pape. Sent into the corner. It's going to be collected by Eva Molnar. Molnar in the left wing corner. 1 minute remaining on that Classic Packaging PK. And it's going to be Langhammer down. I'm sorry, it's Geyser down in the corner against Pape. Picked up by Molnar on the left wing half wall now. Chipped out of the zone past Forrester. Kleshashewski going to collect it and drops it over to Wilbrand. Wilbrand, far side in front of her own blue line. Pushing it up hard, fast. Knocked down by Patak. Patak in the blue line. Kicks one off the boards. Tied up there by Talley. Back in the hands of Wilbrand. And the Blues going to regroup on their power play. Forrester collects. Goes cross ice for Kaufman. Picked up by Talley. Talley cuts back. Poke check by Erickson. 28 seconds to go on that Classic Packaging PK. Sent over here to the near side for Emma Pape. Pape trying to bounce one out to Patak. Kept in by Forrester. Chipped over to the hands of Rocky. Erickson fires one off past Willebrand all the way down, and it'll be slowed up by Hollenberg as it wraps around from left to right, and then she slams over here to the near side. Patak going to get to it first. Gets put into the wall by Forrester. Loose change in the hands of Kleshashewski with 5 seconds to go on that Classic Packaging PK, and it's going to be Forrester dragging one forward. Kept in by G, and we are even strength. Gianna heads to the slot, fires a shot, tipped by Willebrand, and saved by Hollenberg as Gianna fired one from the right point and looking for the redirect. Was going to be the Sabres unable to convert at 52.6 seconds to go here in the first. Headed out there now for the Sabres. Conklin Field and the one-man wrecking crew in the slot. Erickson and G on D. Monaco girls making up 40% of the lineup. Shot by Monaco, blocked by Bauer, picked up by Elena. One-man wrecking crew versus two in the corner for Field. Field picks up, trying to get over to MC, and Monaco battling it out of lineup. Coming out to the left point for Erickson. Fires one, blocked by Foz. Foz sends one to the blue line for Bauer, picked up by G. G going to curl around with a little bit of speed against break, sends it over to Erickson. Erickson bounces one off the referee's skates, get out of the way, stripes. On the far side for Erickson in front of the Sabre benches. Headmans it up to Field, intercepted by the Blues, but into the hands of Monaco. Knocked free by Barzak. Dragging one forward, broken up by Monaco against Geyser, and here comes G, wide left against Barzak. Try to chip one in. Rousey gets the better of that one as she poke checked her way out of G's hands. Covering D is Golden, who drops it back over to Vernig with 7 seconds. Headmanning at the field, back to Vernig. Vernig punches one in. Foz of the Blues going to pick her up in the right wing corner and knocks it free for Barzak. And that sound is the end of the first period. So at the end of one, it's the Sabres 2 and the St. Louis Blues nothing. As we head to our first intermission. This first intermission brought to you by Tomato's Bakery and Subs in Chicago, Illinois on Grand Avenue in May. Tomato's Bakery and Subs. Our bread, your butter. Stop in and see Rosanna. Tell her I said hi, folks. Get yourself a sub sandwich, a sfogliatelle, a cannoli, a loaf of Italian bread, Sicilian pizza. You name it, folks. Everything in that place is fantastic. Enjoy the intermission. Welcome back, folks, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, especially live on a beach in Sanibel Island in Florida. Your starting lineup here in the second period. Golden, along with Tommy C. Siri Bolding at center. Blue liner is going to be Holland, Vernig, and Q has the net. 17 minutes on the clock. Sabres are working from right to left if you're listening on the radio. It's Tommy Little, 5 in a board battle down low along with Juliana Golden. 3 Blues players against the 2 Sabres. Odds are in the favor of the Blues here with a 1 extra man there, a little 33% advantage. Trying to drag it forward. Battle won by Golden. Golden, Mohawks passes it out to the point for Hall. Hall over to Vernig. Vernig, right side, sends one into the corner for Cinquino. Cinquino for Golden, looking for the one-timer out to Hall. Play was broken up there by Barzak. Puck was in the left wing corner. Golden going to put Barzak into the wall. Cinquino sends one to the slot, intercepted by Kaufman. And Kaufman tries to break one on his own, slowed up by the stick of Cinquino. Loose change collected by Juliana at center, and she comes over, a little crossovers by McDavid. Right side, coming in, Golden hangs onto it. Wraps one behind the net. Here to the near side for the pinching Hall. Hall left wing corner coming in, trying to drag it behind the net. And it's collected by Christian. Sends one back over to Barzak here to the near side. And Barzak going to pick it up. I'm sorry, that's Brake pushing out of the zone. To Kaufman. Sliding down, collected by Vernig, who's going to hit the brakes here to the near side against Forrester. Headmans it over to Ligda. Ligda across the blue line. Going to the net is Vernig. Leaks, fires a shot. Shot blocked by Barzak. Rebound to Forrester on the far side. Backing up is King and Krushelnyski. King covering D. Forrester on the far side. Met by Krushelnyski on the left wing half wall. Down on the left wing corner. No call on the hook on Krushelnyski. King on the defensive side of it. 2-on-2, 50-50 battle. Langhammer comes in. Bouncing back out is Langhammer into the left wing circle out to the faceoff dot. Puck slides behind the net. Krushelnyski wraps around here to the near side. Picked up by Belanger, who trying to slap one out. Cut off by Langhammer. Chip forward by King. King makes a step around Willebrand. 1-on-1 against Foz. King curls around a little Dennis Michalak escape. Left wing hash marks now. Sends it back into the corner for Belanger on the half wall. Belanger fighting through the body check. Sends one down low for Conklin. Conklin to King. Just missing, and it's collected by Shell Haas of the Blues. Trying to break it out of the zone. It'll be swatted away by Pape, who sends it over here to the near side for Belanger. Makes a move around Rousey. Belanger split in the middle. Come back here to the near side. Belanger still hanging on to it now. Centering pass looking for Conklin. Just missing over to Field. Field out to Pape, right point. Picked up by Shell Haas and Field, battling it out right in front of the Sabre benches. Conklin comes in, trying to muscle one into the corner. Field gets put in the wall. Conklin makes her way to the net. Right in front, tries the backhand shot. Blocked by the Blues and swung over here to the near side. Monaco, Elena that does a nice job breaking up that play. Picked the Pape right side. Fired a shot. Shot and a save by Holdenberg. Rebound to the far side for Shell Haas. Blocked off the shin guards of Pape. Loose change into the hands of Langhammer. Knocked down by Elena Monaco in front of the penalty boxes. Elena over to Conklin. Conklin on the half wall there in front of the Sabres penalty box. Monaco ties up Shell Haas. Loose change on the far side for Wojcik, who gets her bell rung there by Field. Into the right wing corner for Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski sends it over DD to Pape. Pape's got MC breaking up the ice. Backhand pass in the hands of Conklin. Out of the zone it goes for Talley. Talley goes cross ice here for Protz. Sends one forward over to Wojcik, and Krushelnyski collects the loose change. Into the left wing corner for Pape on the far side. Cuts back and sends one behind the net of Q for Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski goes out to Conklin. Conklin with a little bit of time and space against Wu. Little Gorbatenko flip towards Hollenberg. Hollenberg makes the stick save. She's going to smother it. And looking to play it. Hollenberg just wants to smother it and force the face-off at 13:22. Face-off goes to the left wing circle. In the offensive zone for the Sabres. Out there now for Coach Ellie's squad. Liggs, Molnar, and Patak up front. Rocky and G on D. Face-off won by Geyser, but coming in is Molnar and Ligda trying to knock it into the left wing corner. Geyser trying to push one up the boards. Cut off by Patak, sent towards Monaco. Tally goes right back here to Geyser. Broken up by Erickson, picked back up by Patak. Patak against Wojcik, pushes it forward to Molnar. It's Molnar and Liggs in a 2-on-3. Ligda crosses the blue line, going to have to back up the rush, drops it back to Monaco, and the Sabres going to regroup. Monaco to Erickson. Erickson headmans it up to Patak. Patak chips one around Wu. Wu blows the tire, hits the wall. Patak, left wing corner, looking for Ligda on the devil's door. Picked up by Erickson. Erickson first, saved by Hollenberg. Stuffed by Molnar, another save by Hollenberg. And no rebound given on the third attempt as number 73 makes 3 great saves for the Blues to keep this game 2-0, folks. Hollenberg getting it done in net for the Blues, keeping this score 2-0. Face-offs in the left wing circle, the offensive zone for the Sabres. It's Golden on the half wall, along with Bolding and Cinquino. Hall cuts it off the blue line, but Bauer kicks one forward. And rebound, loose change at center ice into the hands of Bolding. Bolding around Christensen now, right to left behind Hollenberg here to the near side. Going to cycle it for Hall. Hall left wing corner by the Zamdors, pushing behind Barzak, hits the brakes and lets her fly right by. Hall works it in the corner against Barzak. Hall sends it over to the D-to-D, underneath the net for Cinquino. Intercepted by Christensen. Pinching in is going to be Juliana Golden against Bauer. Golden runs through it, gets tied up with Barzak now. 2-on-2 battle as Cinquino comes in, and it's sent over to the far side. Kleszewski couldn't get it out. It's kept in by Vernig to Cinquino. Cinquino to Vernig. Saved by Hollenberg off the blocker. Rebound for Vernig. Trying to muscle one out to the point for Bolding. Bolding cuts around Bauer. Left wing side to the faceoff dot. Pass blocked by 19 Barzak. Picked up by Pape, who cuts back against Kleszewski. 2 on Pape. Picked their pocket is going to be Rousey. Rousey across the Blues line. King going to force her to throw it away. Down in the left wing corner. Puck is wrapped around, spinning dime on edge. Left by Q for Vernig. Vernig behind Kelly. Left to right, breaks it out to Pape. Pape on the near side. Goes cross ice for King. King around Forrester, tied up by Kaufman. Loose change for Belanger. Belanger against break, takes her down, and Belanger going to head to the sin bin once Ligda touches it for tripping at 11:21 to go here in the period, and we'll make that face-off all the way down by Kelly as Belanger heads to the sin bin in period number 2. Tripping will be the call, and the Sabres are going to be shorthanded. This penalty kill brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts Coffee. America runs on Dunkin'. Dunkin' Donuts Coffee, the official coffee of the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres parents. Your shorthanded goal scorers out there now are going to be Ligda and King, along with Krushelnyski and Pape. At the high point, swatted out of there by Pape. The puck's going to spinning dime right at the blue line, finally collected by Christensen. In the neutral zone, the Blues are going to regroup it. Geyser against Ligda, hits the brakes right in front of the blue line there. Ligda going to put her in the wall, firing a shot. It's going to be Bauer, saved by Q. Into the left wing corner for Christensen. Krushelnyski kicks one forward to her stick, off her skates. Krushelnyski headmans over to King. King with a step inside. Hollenberg looking to play it, and then she backs off. Behind the net, Ligda comes in, left wing corner, going to hang on to it. Gets put into the wall by Foz. Still going away. It's going to be hung on to by Ligda. She's got it pinned in with her skate. She's got 3 girls on her. Finally pushed out of there by Bauer. Backing up is King. Goes cross ice for Christensen. Ligda on the back check now in front of the Sabre benches. Puts Christensen in the wall. Coming in is King. Off the shin guards of Liggs, and it's going to be picked up here by Rousey. Rousey, top left circle, broken up by Krushelnyski. She tried to get it out to the point. Jaden going to work against 2. And Rousey over to Kaufman, back behind the net, looking to set things up. Geyser backhands one to the far side. 40 seconds to go on this Dunkin' Donuts PK. Out to the point for Wilbrand. Left wing side, controlling of the Blues. Towards the net of Kelly, looking for the backdoor play to Geyser. Unable to convert on the shot. MC picks it up. Here comes Conklin out of the zone in front of the center line. Now across the Blues into Blues territory. Cuts back, high slot. Fires a shot. Shot blocked by Field. Rebound into the left wing corner. 19 seconds to go. Field battling it out with Geyser. Puck out of the zone into the hands of Kaufman, who cuts back against MC and sends it over here to the near side. Gianna Monaco down behind that of Kelly, left to right, wraps it around here to the near side. Kept in by Barzak, who's going to slam one back the other way. Past the reaching hands of G in the left wing corner. Monaco gets to it in the left wing corner by the goal line. She's pinned in, got it hemmed in against Willebrand and break. Here comes Andy Hall. We are even strength, folks. And Hall sends it over here to Elena Monaco. Monaco carries one forward, looking for Conklin. Broken up by Barzak, going right back the other way for break. Hall going to stuff that one. 1-on-1 in front of G as Kaufman sends one in the left wing corner. Collected by Monaco. G hits the brakes as the Blues sent 2, and she goes up the far side for Conklin. Conklin over the stick of Field and in behind Monaco into the left wing corner. Puck's going to slide down, no icing. Elena comes in, pins in Foz, waiting for support. Monaco tries to get it with the other end of her stick, fighting through the body check. Puck knuckles out of the neutral zone for Hall. Hall sends it over to Vernig. Vernig bouncing back. Regroup over here to Hall. Hall headmans over to Molnar. Molnar taken down by Christensen. The Sabres are going to get a power play out of this one. Coming in is going to be Hall. Hall hits the brakes. Left wing hash marks now. High slot. Far side for Ligda. Ligda to Vernig. Vernig. It's 6-on-5 on the delayed penalty. Over to King. King fires a one-timer. Shot blocked by Christensen. We'll get the whistle at 8:15. Tripping will be the call on the Blues. Christensen headed to the sin bin, resulting in a Sabres power play. This power play brought to you by Big Sammy's Hot Dogs. Remember what Big Sammy says, eat more hot dogs. Now serving 2 locations, one in Elk Grove, one in Elgin. Try the mozzarella logs, folks. They're fantastic. Your power play unit out there now is going to be Conklin along with Krushelnyski and Belanger. Hall and Bolding are your blue liners. Hall pushes it over to the right point for Bolding. Bolding back to Hall, walking it in high slot, looking for the corner for Belanger for the bomb. But it was busted up by the Blues, sent into the left wing corner for Q. Q leaves it over for Hall. Hall behind the net, left to right here to the near side with Talley on the forecheck. Sends it up to Bolding. Bolding pushing it up the ice across center. Goes cross ice for Belanger into the Blues territory. Belanger, little escape, dragging the defense with her. Belanger in front of the Sabre benches now. Hangs on to it right at the blue line. Then it's going to be a 2-on-1 battle there at the blue line with Forrester. Cut off there by Conklin. Picked back up by the Sabres. Makes a move around Talley. Bolding sends one here to the near side. Looking for Conklin on the back door. Saved by Hollenberg. Rebound on the right wing corner for Belanger. Sends it to point for Hall. Hall fakes the shot. Bolding fires the one-timer. Glove saved by Hollenberg. At 7:13 to go here in the period. 58 seconds remaining on that Big Sammy's power play. Good luck today to the Chicago Phantoms as they wrap up their 3-game series against the Guardians this afternoon at noon, 12:10 Central Standard Time down at Seven Bridges Ice Arena. Stop in and see Rock and the boys. Good seats are still available. It's going to be Vernig here, over to Ligda. Ligda pulls it back over to Vernig, and the Sabres regrouping. Vernig quarterbacking it across center, hits Patak on the far side, Golden in support. Knocked down is Patak, picked up by Juliana, hits the brakes in the right wing corner, bounces one out to the right point from Vernig. Vernig get met by Kleshashewski, over to Ligda, left side. Ligda fires one across, looking for Golden. Golden gets the knuckle puck in the right wing corner now, sends it back to the point for Vernig, looking to set things up. Vernig back to the field, into the right corner for Patak. Golden in front of the net. Patak on the half wall, sends it out to Vernig. Vernig off her stick here, collects the loose change, back into Ligda. Ligda left side, back to Vernig. Vernig bouncing around, fires a shot low, tipped by Patak, smothered by Kaufman, picked up here by Ligda, who fires a shot. Shot blocked by Wilbrand, right wing corner for Golden. 2 seconds to go, and we are even strength. Vernig going to catch it at center. Sends it over to Ligda right here in front of us. Lig's going to push it right back into Blues territory. Wraps one around hard, left to right. Patak comes streaking in, right wing hash marks. Cut off by Foz, fighting through the body check. Golden tries to come in and knock it loose off of Willebrand. Willebrand hangs onto it, pushes it back on the right coast. For Patak. Patak fires a shot, saved by Hollenberg, back in the right wing corner. Coming in is going to be Break now. Break against Patak. Battle won by Field. Field to Golden. Golden, right wing corner, met by 2. Far side, Golden still hangs on it down by the goal line. She's pinned in by 2. Here comes King for support. Field on the offensive side of it. Backing up is King, trying to drag it down. Golden goes down to both knees there. Right wing half wall. King tied up with Barzak, or Break rather. Picked up here by Pape. Out of the zone it goes into the hands of Erickson. Erickson back over to Pape. Pape in front of the blue line. Sends one over to TC. TC to Erickson. Erickson up to King. King at center, goes cross ice for Pape. Pape, top of the right circle, sends one forward to King. King down in the right wing corner against Foz. Cycling around here to the near side. Chips it past Wojcik. Out to the point for Erickson. Erickson curls and fires. Tipped by Cinquino, saved by Hollenberg. As she smothers it at 5:03 in period number 2. Face-off going to go to the right wing circle. And the Sabres go for the line change. It's going to be Belanger along with Patak and Bolding up front. Erickson and Pape on D. Belanger at center. Belanger in the slot. Patak at center. Bolding in the corner. Blues win the draw here to the near side. Bauer gets to it. Tied up with Belanger. Out to Erickson. Top of the left circle. Poke check by Belanger. Kleshashewski throws it away at center into the hands of Pape. Pape goes right back to Bolding. Bolding in front of the penalty boxes. Tied up with Kleshashewski. Patak coming in. Dragged forward by Rousey in front of Pape. Left wing side. Drops it off for Kleshashewski, who sends it into the corner off the skates of Patak. Kleshashewski fires a shot. Glove saved by Q. At 4:34 to go here in the period. Face-off goes to the left wing circle to the right of Kelly. It's Belanger and G in the slot. Patak on your draw. Holding on the half wall, Hall in the left wing corner. Hall over to Belanger here to the near side, trying to break it out to Patak, intercepted by Bauer. Thrown into the corner. Monaco puts Rousey into the wall. Coming in is going to be Patak. Patak pushes one over to Belanger, who hits Boulding on the far side at center. Now make bounces out to the right wing side. Hope check by Christensen. Picked up by Boulding. Collected by Bauer. Backing up is Hall. 3-on-2 the other way. Kleszewski, high slot, fires a shot wide left of Q in the left wing corner for Patak. Patak sends one over here to the near side for Belanger. Belanger ties up the girl and knocks her off the puck. Sliding out of the zone, it's going to be Boulding, Patak, Monaco, and Boulding with the puck. Sends one to Patak, just past Patak. Intercepted by Forrester, and here comes the Blues the other way. Patak on a back check, 2-on-2 in front of G. Now Forrester going to carry it in the right wing side. Looking to hit the brakes. Monaco going to push her up the boards. And thrown right behind the net for G, along with Hall behind the net. Gianna releases. Field going to come in now on the 2-on-2 battle. Picks it up left wing side. 3:33 to go here in period number 2, and it's going to be Field with speed. Belanger here on the near side. Field right side, high slot now. Belanger hits the brakes. Out to the point. It's going to be collected by the Blues. Kaufman here against MC. Pushing it inside the zone. Picked up by Vernig. Cross ice. Broken up by Krushelnyski. Here to the right wing corner, out to Elena Monaco. Off Elena's stick it goes. It's going to be Elena with speed all the way down the left wing corner, but it's going to get there for the icing first. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 3:05 to go here in the second. Face off to the right wing circle in the offensive zone for the Blues to the left of Q's glove. In the slot is going to be Vernig and the one-man wrecking crew. Field on your draw. MC on the half wall, Krushelnyski down in the I formation. Referee telling them where to put their sticks. Geyser versus Field on the draw. Picked up by Krushelnyski. He's going to send one to the far side. Wu going to pinch in and get it first. Out to the point. Monaco comes out to harass Wu off the skate of Conklin. A spinning dive puck here at center. Checked forward by Conklin. Monaco has the net. Conklin left side forehand, backhand forehand, shot and a save by Hollenberg. Conklin picks up first, another shot, saved by Hollenberg. And Monaco and Conklin crash hard looking for that rebound. But Hollenberg smothering it first at 2:42 to go in the period. Face-off goes to the right wing circle. Monaco in the slot, Conklin on the half wall, Field on your draw. Pape and G on D. Monaco gets it over to G. Sister to sister, bouncy puck in the right wing corner for Field. Field coming in is Conklin along with Elena. Field comes with a loose change, cuts back around Geyser. Try to send one to Elena, picked off here by Wojcik. Backing up is Monaco on the back check here. Hacks it loose on its center, collected by Pape. Pape right in front of Wojcik, going to send one up the strong side. Willebrand gets to it, knocked loose by Monaco. Back to Pape, Pape to Elena. Out of the zone it goes for MC. Back checking his Geyser. It's Conklin trying to get it over to Field. Picked up by Foz into the hands of Willebrand. Trying to get a girl on a 2-on-1. Couldn't get it to her. Field's got him tied up. Conklin comes in. She's trying to kick it loose. Left wing dot. Golden on the back door. Trying to tap it in. It's Juliana saved by Hollenberg. Rebound on the left wing side. MC comes in trying to get position. Golden on the offensive side of it. 2-on-1. Puck pops out into the hands of Bauer. Coming in is King off her skates. Sliding over to the far side for Foz. Foz across the Blues line, now to center, going to send a knuckle puck off the end boards into the hands of Emma Pape. Pape chips one over here past Bauer to Golden. Golden trying to dig one out of the wall, sends one out of the zone for Ligda. Picked up by Barzak. Puck slides in a neutral zone for King. King against Bauer and Rousey. Rousey drags it back, trying to send one back on the neutral zone boards. Right in front of us to Bauer, stuffed in by the Sabres, into the left wing corner for Barzak. Barzak pinned in by Ligda. Coming in is King. Golden on the offense or defensive side of it. They're right at the goal line trying to drag it out. Golden a little spin back there trying to break up the play. Rousey's got King pinned in. Ligda trying to drag it out of there. 1:09 to go here in the period right in front of the Zamdors. Golden tries again to try to bounce it loose. And we'll get a whistle for a frozen puck at 1:03. Referee had enough, said it wasn't moving, so we're just going to get a face-off. And the Sabres complete the line change on D. It'll be Rocky and Hall on your defenseman, left to right. Adrian, Erickson, Golden, King, and Ligda are your forwards. Ligda over to Erickson. Erickson looking for Hall off the skates of Golden. Golden at the high point now. Sends in Erickson. Erickson goes cross ice, hits Christensen, was looking for Hall. Hall wasn't there. Hall makes a move around Rousey. Into the left wing corner off the end boards against Barzak. Hall going to drag it around left to right. Andy trying to drag one and muscles her way up the far side. Right wing Hasbrook's trying to toe drag it around Kleszewski. Kleszewski picks it up, and back checking is going to be King. Ties it up into the hands of Erickson, who's going to slam one right back the other way. Down in the left wing corner for Barzak. Barzak put into the wall by Golden. Far side stepping in his Hall to seal it up as the puck trickled out towards the Sabre benches. Golden on the offensive side trying to drag it back. She's trying to get her stick out of her as Kleszewski had it tied up. Hall picks it up top the right circle. Hits Erickson here to the near side. Erickson fires a shot. Shot blocked by Christensen. Christensen left wing corner wraps one out to the point. Picked up by Erickson. Erickson to Hall. One times it. Knocked down by Barzak as it went off the stick of Kleszewski. Hall tries to send one back to Ligda, muscled out of the zone by Wojcik, and is picked up by Erickson, going to send one in, and that sound is the end of the second period. So at the end of 2, it's the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres 2 and the St. Louis Blues nothing as we head to our second intermission. This second intermission brought to you by Mama Maria's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria in Bensonville, Illinois. Mama Maria's voted the #1 Italian restaurant in Bensonville by me and Rocky. Enjoy the intermission, folks. It is the ice cut. So go get yourself a cup of coffee, and we'll see you right back here in about 10 minutes. Welcome back, folks. This is the final frame here at the J.P. Parise Arena. Your starting lineup for the third period is going to be MC along with the one-man wrecking crew, Elena Monaco. Jocelyn Field at center. Blue liners are going to be Vernig and Hall. Q has the net. 17 minutes are on the clock to get this third period underway. Hall didn't like it, and she pulls it out to regroup. Sends it over here to the near side for Conklin. Conklin, a little flipper inside the zone. Cut off there by the Blues Christensen and sent off the inboards by Conklin. Left wing side. Monaco met by Barzak. Picked up here by Field. Field, left wing side. Over to Conklin. Conklin fires a shot. And a save by Hollenberg. Big in front. Field tries to wrap around. Stuffed out of there by the Blues. Out to the right point for Vernig. Vernig going to bounce out to the middle. Sends it over here to Field. Field poke check. Loose by Geyser. In a line change. She's got a break. Left wing side. Hall coming in. Geyser couldn't control it. High slot broken up there by Field. We're going to get a penalty on Bauer or Langhammer once the Blues touch it. Body checking will be, or roughing will be the call. Actually, I thought it was body checking, whatever. It's going to be a Sabres power play on that one, folks, as Langhammer dropped the hammer and she heads to the sin bin. 16:06 to go here in period number 3. And the Sabres are on the one-man advantage. This power play brought to you by Jay's Beef in Harwood Heights on Montrose and Narragansett. Jay's Beef, you've tried the rest, now try the best. Stop in and see Jay, Johnny, Frankie, the Fortuna brothers. Tell them I said hi, folks. Your power play unit out there now is going to be Belanger along with Bolding and Krushelnyski up front. Blue Lantern is going to be Hall and Conklin. Down behind the net is going to be Hall. Crisscrossing are going to be Belanger and then Bolding. Bolding pushing it up the ice here to the near side. Bolding walks it in, right wing corner, down behind the goal line against Foz. Past Hollenberg's net, over to the left side for Belanger to set things up. And out of the zone it goes, and the Sabres are going to regroup. 1:24 to go on that Jay's Beef power play. Although rumor has it, last time anybody mentioned my name walking into Jay's Beef, he got told that he had to pay double. Right, Pat Kelly? Just across the blue line is going to be Bolding over to Belanger. Belanger to slap, fires a shot, saved by Hollenberg. No rebound given. Face-off goes to the right wing circle. Sabres complete the line change. Ligda heads to the slot. Golden high in the almost just offset left of field in the I formation. Patak on the half wall. Vernig at D. Golden high slot. Fires a shot. And it slides in off the pads of Hollenberg. And we've got ourselves a Sabres goal. Let's check the replay on that one, folks. Right off the draw to Patak to Golden, who rips one in. So Field to Patak to Golden. Juliana from the point at 15:06 here in period number 3 on the power play. And we are back out at center ice. It's going to be Belanger, King, and Ligda up front. Vernig and G on D. Puck slides over to the far side for Langhammer. The Blues defender Christensen took on Hollenberg. Ligda picks up the puck in the left wing corner, down behind the net, past Christensen, centering pass out to Vernig. I'm sorry, it was going to be a King. It was blocked by the Blues. Back behind the net, Belanger going to slam Christensen into the wall. No call on the body check there. Ligda cut off. Picked up here by Geyser. Loose change, picked the pocket is going to be King. She cut that one off. Monaco pinches at the blue line, holding the line. Out of the zone, it goes into the hands of Josie Vernig. Vernig going to bounce to the outside, met by Langhammer. Curls back around a little escape here to the near side. Across center, Vernig comes in. Over to Ligda. Ligda back to Vernig, trying to get it to her leading. Just a little behind her. It's Christensen, the Blues, going to cut off by Belanger at center. Belanger drops it to Ligda. Ligda goes to the partner G on the far side. G back to Liggs. Ligg bounces it forward. Met by Rousey. Gianna gets back on the defensive side of it. Puck's going to slide out to the far side. Bauer going to hammer one in. And it's going to wrap around from left to right. Vernig going to get it in front of the Zamdors now. Carrying it behind the net of Q. Bounces one out the outside. Belanger picked off by Rousey on the touch pass. Rousey fires a shot. Q makes the save. Kleszewski on the forecheck now against Vernig along with Bauer. Bouncing one out to Foz. Is kept in by the Blues. Vernig pushed one forward. Ligda tried to pound it out of the zone. Bauer gets it. Stick save directed by Q back in the left wing corner. for the Blues. Coming in is King along with Vernig. 2-on-2, 50-50 coin flip banner in the Zamdors. Trying to drag it forward as Vernig, the third Blues girl, comes in. Puck is loose behind the net for Rousey. Monaco comes in, puts Rousey into the wall. Monaco still got Rousey pinned in the wall. Puck bounces out to the slot, collected by Ligda. And Kleszczewski collects the loose change. Kleszczewski fires one, stick save by Q, directed on the far side. Willebrand coming in. Vernig can't get to it. Here comes Rousey. Rousey down in the corner. Willebrand against Vernig, picked up by Dylan King. King gonna bring it out here, slides one out past Ligda. They're gonna get a line change in, and it's gonna be Belanger on the forecheck. Here comes Belanger, the pride of Quebec, on the forecheck against Barzak. Barzak cuts back around Belanger, chipped it past Molnar, stick down by Field, picked up by Brake. Good stick there by Field as she popped it loose right into the hands of Pape. Pape over to Golden, or Patak rather. Field coming in hard. Barzak of the Blues sends it out to the neutral zone, and the Sabres gonna regroup. Erickson goes over to her partner, Pape. Pape up the ice to Patak. Patak and Field 2-on-1 against Protes. Cut off, Patak comes in, fires a shot over the net of Hollenberg. Here to the near side, Rocky Erickson comes in, bounces one up off the glass, into the right wing half wall, collected by Forrester, chipped out of the zone, and the Sabres going to regroup once again at center. It's Pape on the far side. Gorbatenko flip off the end boards, puck slides to the right side of the post of Hollenberg. Field, left wing corner now. Met by Bart Brake. Trying to drag it forward is Field. Field trying to make a move. Cut off by the Blues. 4 blue jerseys down in that left wing corner as the puck slides on here to the near side. Forrester breaks it out to the far side for Fields. Going to pick it up as she was going for the line change. Drops one back to Hall. Hall the Pape here on the near side. Hall going to backhand one. Pape going to backhand one in the zone. Jalmerson style down in the corner for Protes. Bolding tried to tie it up as the Blues coming right back the other way. Tommy C. going to cut off Christensen. Spin back, intercepted by Golden, who rips a shot. It was blocked by Christensen. Coming in is Bolding. Loose change on the far side for Wojcik. Wojcik breaking it out, cut off by Cinquino as it got to Geyser. Talley collects it, fires a shot. It was blocked by the Sabres Hall. And Hall right to left behind the net of Q, hits the brakes, and she flies right by. Hall carrying it up the ice, out to Cinquino, touches it over to Golden. Golden in a one-on-one with Christensen against Wook. Golden inside position, goes to far end, fires a shot, saved by Hollenberg. Golden gets her own rebound, right corner, looking for support now. Coming in is Cinquino. Golden slam one off the back of the wall there. Puck slides out to the far side. Wojcik muscles one out. Sabres going to have to touch it back up as it was slammed in by Krushelnyski. Making a move is going to be Christensen. Cinquino forced her to lose it off her stick for Wu. Wu throws one into Hall's hands. Hall backhands one right out to Golden. Golden sends one over to Krushelnyski. Sabres regrouping inside their own zone. Laying hammer on the forecheck. Hall collects it. Hall up the ice for Field. Field over trying to get over to MC. Broken up by Brake. Loose change collected by Krushelnyski. And the Sabres regrouping once again inside their own zone. Left wing side. Hall patient with the puck now. Heads up looking. Sends it over here to the near side for MC. Over her stick. Never touched it. And it's going to go down to the end for an icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 10:29 to go here in the third. 3-0 is your score. Faceoff goes to the right wing circle to the left of Q. Out there now for the Sabres is going to be MC and the one-man wrecking crew in the slot. Now MC makes her way over to the half wall. Krushelnyski in the I formation behind Field. Hall backed up by Elena. Elena's got to get her neck guard on. She's going to get tossed off the ice. And here comes Belanger. Belanger backing up now along with Hall. Face off against Rousey is Field. Picked up here by Bauer. Bauer to Foz, right side, fires a shot. Shot blocked by Belanger. Coming in is going to be Kleszczewski. Picked up here by Rousey. The 2-on-2 battle with Hall and Field. Hall takes down Rousey. Getting up, Kleszczewski gets on it. Kicked forward by Hall. Hall going to pick it up across the Sabre line and pushing it up with speed towards Bauer and Willebrand. Hall still going right, takes out Bauer. Falls on top of her, gets back up and then blows a tire. Coming in is going to be Field along the half wall now. Field right side, out to MC. MC to Krushelnyski, kept it in at the blue line. That was not offsides. We're going to get a whistle. Referee said it was over the blue line. Didn't look like it from here. What do I know? I'm not on the ice. 9:53 to go here in the period. And your lineup out there now is going to be Ligda along with King and Belanger up front. Vernig and G on D. Ligda harassed by Forrester, sent in deep. It's Monaco and Vernig along with Kaufman in a foot race into the corner. Vernig wins the battle. Up to Ligda, who's trying to muscle one forward. Kept in by Christensen of the Blues. Left point. Makes the move around. King fires a shot. Blocker saved by Q. Juicy rebound high into the air. Top of the right circle, far side. Christensen, King, and Monaco all along the boards there, along with Kaufman out to the point for Belanger. Pushes one forward here to Ligda. Ligda versus Forrester, one-on-one. Ligda wide right, bottom of the right circle. Got King coming in. Firing a shot is Belanger wide right on the bomb. Ripped out of the zone on the rebound all the way down into the left wing corner. Gianna comes trucking in by the Zamdors to pick it up. Digging it out of the wall. Here comes G. G to Ligda. Poke check by Wojcik. Picked back up by Liggs. And back off the end boards for G. G over to the far side. Tied up there by Wojcik. Coming in is Geyser. Puck is loose for Vernig now. Sliding it up the far side. Vernig going to push it up the ice past Belanger. A little bit of a traffic jam there in front of the Sabre benches. Loose change for Belanger. Makes a move around Geyser. Geyser lost her stick. Belanger controlling. Here to the near side. She sends it over to Pape. Pape across the Blues line. Monaco has in the net. Coming in, Pape sends it over to Belanger in the corner. Monaco has in the net. Here comes Molnar. Monaco comes streaking in hard to get it. Lost her net guard once again. Belanger looking for Molnar in the front. Popped loose by Langhammer. Puck's going to slide out of the zone into the hands of Emma Pape. Pape cuts back. Far side, lost it off her stick. Down on the right wing side it goes. Pape over to Erickson here to the near side. Erickson left to right. Sends it over to Patak. Patak slams one out of the zone, collected by the Blues. Wu going right back up towards Schellhaus. Chipped it past Pape, down behind the net of Kelly, picked up by Erickson here to the near side. Erickson hits the brakes, looking for the breakout pass. Kelly harassed by Schellhaus. Erickson harassed by Schellhaus. Monaco gets the breakout pass, looking for Patak, and she slams one out of the zone. And it's going to be Protz coming in now. Up past Patak, kicked for by Molnar to Patak. Patak controlling now. Drops it off for Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski, top of the left circle, comes in, fires a shot low, rebound out front for Hollenberg, and she's finally going to smother it. We're going to get a whistle. And an offensive zone face-off for the Sabres. And the neck guard actually belongs to Elena Monaco. Face off in the left wing circle. Bolding. Coming in is Golden. Golden fires one 5-hole. Saved by the goaltender Hollenberg. Cinquino on the offensive side of it. Sent forward is going to be Bauer. On the far side, Hall cuts it off. Down in the right wing corner for Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski pinned in by Prasashewski. Back in the left wing side, Hall coming in. Poke check loose here to the near side for Cinquino. Cinquino out of the zone it goes. Fa's going to collect it. Bolding's going to pick her pocket. Puck back out of the zone into the hands of Krushelnyski. Sent forward by Jaden over to Bolding. Bolding back to Jaden. Jaden bottom of the right circle, hits the brakes, cuts back. Sends one into the slot for Bolding. Off her stick towards Hall. Bad Bolding on the backhand shot, saved by Hollenberg. And fired another shot as Bolding, saved by Hollenberg. Krushelnyski fired shot, saved by Hollenberg. And we get a whistle as Hollenberg smothers at 6:44 to go here in the period. And an offensive zone faceoff for the Sabres once again. Out there will be Golden and Tommy Little 5 in the slot. Bolding on your draw. Vernig and G on D. Up and out of play it goes off the draw. And at 6:41, another offensive zone faceoff for the Sabres. Your lineup out there now is going to be Cinquino off that draw, picked up by Kaufman. Golden unable to keep it in. Kaufman comes up with the puck, sends it past Gianna into the right wing corner. The Blues send two. Vernig beats break down behind the end boards. Kaufman coming in the 2-1-2 forecheck. Kaufman goes down. Vernig backing up. Here comes Bolding in. The 2-on-3 battle along the boards. Kaufman on the defensive side of it. Break on the offensive side of it. Bolding trying to push one forward. Knocked down by Christensen. Cinquino high above the circle there. Come down low as Gianna. Gianna stands up, break, and picks up the loose change. Hits headman's over to Golden. Golden looking for Cinquino as she ripped it all the way down for the icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 5:58 to go here in the period. Face-off goes to the right wing circle in the offensive zone for the Blues to the left of Q. Conklin on the half wall, Field on the draw. Pape and the one-man wrecking crew in the slot. Erickson down in the I formation. Geyser and Field tied up. Pape coming in, or Erickson trying to come in and dig it out of there. It's muscled forward for MC. MC and Monaco in a 2-on-2 rush. Conklin taken down, loose change for Field. Field left side for Monaco. Poke check forward by Elena. Loose change for Geyser. Met by Conklin. Over to Elena. Puck's in a slide towards the Tally. Pushing on his own. Picked up by Pape here. Loose change collected by Elena. She's going to go over to the far side. Wojcik bodied Elena a little bit there. Monaco tried to cut her off with a little retaliation, it looked like. Pape swings one up here to the near side for Conklin. Conklin bounces one out of the boards. Picked up by Field. Field and Monaco to rush in a 2-on-2. Wu coming into the backstep. Field fires a shot. Glove saved by Hollenberg. No rebound given, and she flashes the leather at 5:17 remaining here in the third. Face off to the right wing circle. In the offensive zone for the Sabres. The Maroon Marauders send a fresh 5 out there. It's going to be Ligda along with King and Belanger up front. Krushelnyski and Hall on D. Face-off won by the Blues, but Belanger gets to it and fires a backhand shot saved by Hollenberg. And Ligda came in for the second look opportunity at 5:11. Hollenberg able to smother and get a whistle. It'll be King versus Rousey. Rousey wins the draw here to the near side. Blues going to send one down, gloved off by Hall. Picked up here by Krushelnyski, who's going to send one bouncing right back into the corner. Christensen picks it up. Golfs it around to the far side, kept in by Hall. Hall, bottom left circle with speed, left, right. Poke check by Christensen. Nice stick by number 90. Chips it out of the blue line, and it's collected by Bauer and Kleszewski in a 2-on-2 with Hall back checking. Pass King in the right corner. Bauer going to work. King stuffs the pass that was intended up the boards. Coming in is going to be the Willebrand, who fires his shot and into the netting and out of play. It goes off a Krushelnyski's stick. The delayed whistle, I don't think either referee saw it go out of play. 4:36 to go here in the period. Face off into the right wing circle to the left of Q. King on your draw. Ligda in the slot with Hall. Krushelnyski in the right wing corner. Belanger on the half wall. King against Geyser. Over to Belanger. Sends it back in the corner for Krushelnyski. Looking for Ligda here to the near side. Liggs. Cross ice for King. King going to split the D. Against Barzak. Drops off Belanger. Belanger rips a shot. Saved by Hollenberg. On the back post left side. Hollenberg going to make the save. Ligda once again trying to stuff in the dirty goal. At 4:20 to go here in the period. I like the fact that the Sabres have some good net front presence right in front of the Blues here. Looking for those dirty, greasy goals. Unable to convert as number 73, Hollenberg, getting it done for the Blues in the net. It's Patak along with Molnar and Conklin. Conklin fires a backhand shot, blocker saved by Hollenberg. Christensen slams over to the far side. Gianna going to pick it up left point. Sends one into the corner for Conklin. Conklin walking it in left side, high slot. Looks to fire a shot. Picked up here by the Blues, and we're going to get a penalty on St. Louis. Vernig over to Molnar. Molnar trying to get it into the corner. Patak going to pick it up. 6-on-5 as a delayed penalty coming up. Vernig walks the line like Johnny Cash, bounces it over to Golden. Patak across for Golden. Golden fires the backhand shot. Tapped in by Molnar, and that's going to be a Sabres goal on the back door. Let's check the replay, folks. That was a rebound goal. That's going to be Patak. Patak to Golden. Golden fires a backhand shot, and it's stuffed in by Molnar. Molnar from Golden and Patak at 3:50 to go here in period number 3. And it's 4-0, folks, as we make our way back out to center ice. Out there now for the Sabres. Tommy Little 5, Bolding and Golden up front, and the referee having a word with the coach of the Blues. Not sure what he's questioning. I don't think anybody was in the slot, but, in the blue paint. Not sure what it was, but they had their little conversation. Coach nodded his head. Referee makes his way back over to the face-off dot. And the Sabres having a union meeting there just outside the circle. And they are set back up. Bolding on your draw. Tommy C. right winging it. Golden on left wing. Pulled it back to G. G over to Vernig. Vernig far side. Hits Bolding. Bolding makes a move around one. Sends it forward to TC. TC up to Golden. Golden left wing side. Drops to Cinquino. Cinquino sends one off the right post into the right wing corner. Bolding harassing Forrester. Bolding going to pick it up. Tries to make a move around Perotz. And puck slides over to the far side for Kaufman. Kaufman trying to break it out to Forrester. She's cut off by Golden. Golden doing a nice job sealing up the wall there. Puts Kaufman into it. Takes down Kaufman. Golden get back up along with Kaufman. Cinquino on the offensive side of it. Bolding backing up. Juliana doing a job just muscling her way, trying to power through it. Pushing it around. Puck slides into the corner. And Golden, along with Kaufman, just battling it out hard down there. It's Gianna Monaco activated here in the corner. Picked up by Golden. Covering D is going to be Bolding. Kept in by Siri. Now pulls it out, and the Sabres going to regroup. Bolding pulls it back in front of her own blue line. Sends it over to Vernig. Vernig pushing it up the ice. Drops it off for Bolding. Bolding across the Sabre line. Heads her way to center. Up to Golden. Golden across the Blues line. Cut off there by Forrester. Picked up by Brake. Brake in front and picked off by Vernig. Coming in is going to be Wojcik. Wojcik and Vernig in a board battle. Puck slides into the corner for Pape. Pape left to right behind Q. Sends the breakout pass to Golden. Touches it off for Bolding. Picked up loose change for Vernig. Vernig's got Golden in front of the Sabre benches. Golden sends one forward. It's going to go down for the icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 2:24 to go here in the third. Face-off goes to the right wing circle, to the left of Q. Out there, take your draw, will be Field. Pape and the one-man wrecking crew in the slot. Conklin on the half wall, and Erickson down in the corner. Fanning on the breakout pass is Erickson coming in. Erickson's got it tied up, and Wojcik coming in is going to be Conklin. Field makes her way down there. Pape behind the net of Q just off the left post. Field comes in, bottom, so she gets knocked off the puck. Shot blocked by Pape. Loose change collected by Monaco. Here comes Elena pushing up the ice hard against Talley, sliding it out. Coming in is Foz to knock it loose. Back off the shin guards of Monaco. She seals up the wall. Puck is at the feet of Pape, picked up here at center. Pape going to carry it across the blue line wide left. Comes in against Bauer. Pape hangs on to it as Monaco headed to the net. Monaco comes in against Willebrand. Pape coming in. Field sends it over to the point for Erickson. Erickson bounces out and then center. Bounces in, then goes back out. Going to be picked up here. Field gets taken down. Coming in is going to be Pape. Pape sends one behind the net. Monaco sends one to Hollenberg. Off the post. We're going to get a penalty here on Jocelyn Field at 1:31 to go here in the period. Field has in the sin bin 2 minutes for roughing at 1:31. I don't think Jocelyn was very happy that she got pounded on that. So she took a retaliation penalty. And the Sabres are going to be short-handed. This penalty kill brought to you by Tim Hortons. There's always time for Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons, the official Canadian coffee of the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres. Parents, your penalty killers out there now are going to be Dylan King and Ligda up front. Krushelnyski and Hall on D. Down behind the net of Q, it's going to be Krushelnyski going to slam one off the glass and slide it all the way down to Hollenberg with a $1:10 to go here in the ballgame. Wilbrand picks it up. Ligda coming in. Drops it off here to the near side for Forrester. Forrester up the ice across the Blues line now into Sabres territory. Poke check by Hall. Sliding out the Talley far side. Hits the brakes and tries to push it up. Blocked by Dylan King. Kept in by Wilbrand into the hands of Krushelnyski. A little Jalmerson backhand shot into the right wing corner here to the near side for Kleszewski with under 1 minute to go. We're at 42 seconds. Kleszewski behind the net of Hollenberg. Drops it off for Forrester. Krushelnyski forced it over to Talley. Talley pushing it up towards the Blues line. Backing up is Belanger. Molnar in just from front of the Sabre line. And Talley chips one in and the Blues go for the line change. Krushelnyski, right wing corner. Sends it up off the glass. Kept in by Barzak. Picked up here by Belanger. Molnar's chipped forward by Schellhaas. Knocked up in the air high out to center ice for Belanger. Going to work against Christensen. Molnar stuffs one forward. 12 seconds to go. Belanger fires a shot. Glove saved by Hollenberg as she flashes the leather at 7.6 seconds to go here in the third. Face-off goes into the left wing circle, in the offensive zone. It'll be Molnar along with Belanger. Up front, Hall and Krushelnyski on D. Hall against, or Molnar against Rousey on that faceoff. It's going to be Molnar against Barzak here, and that sound is the end of the ball game. So your final score here from J.P. Parise Arena is going to be the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres 4 and the St. Louis Blues 0 as we head over to our favorite part of the broadcast, Rockies Recap. For the visiting St. Louis Blues, the lone tallies on the score sheet penalties. Number 90, Christensen, tripping in the second at 8:15, and number 22, Langhammer, dropping the hammer in the third period at 16:06 for the rough. For the home team, Shattuck St. Mary Sabres, penalties on Jaden Krushelnyski, tripping in the first at 3 minutes. Belanger, the pride of Quebec, in the second period, tripping at 11:21. Jocelyn Field roughing at $1:31 to round out the penalties here in the third period. Goals scored by Eva Belanger, assisted by Emma Pape and Dylan King at 11:48 in the first. Siri Bolding, assisted by Juliana Golden and Tommy C. at 7:50 in the first. Golden got on the score sheet with a goal, assisted by Patak and Field on the power play at 15:06 in the third. And Molnar rounds out your scoring, assisted by Juliana Golden and Nora Patak at 3:50 in the third period. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you for watching. Once again, your final score here from J.P. Parise Arena. The Shattuck St. Mary Sabres 4 and the St. Louis Blues 0. And as we sign off for the weekend, a reminder as the next weekend, the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres 19U squad makes their way out to Denver. But Monaco Hockey Live is going to be in Pittsburgh with the Chicago Phantoms. We hope you enjoyed the weekend. 7 games all around. And as we sign off for the weekend, as always, good night, Minnesota Lakers Grandma, wherever you are.